What's going on, guys? Ball here. Welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to do a quick preview of the Blast Open Spring Playoffs in Rotterdam. You have six of, I think, the eight best teams, or six of the nine best teams, sorry. So this is going to be a pretty competitive playoffs. Obviously, I'm surprised, like, Mal's not making it out, Spirit not making it out, Mal's losing 9-0, that's even more surprising. Fury not making it out. There's a couple surprises, like Mongols without their coach, 2-0ing Mal's and 2-0ing Spirit. Not just 2-0 without the coach, but 2-0 while taking no timeouts. That is impressive. Now let's get into the preview. First, dual Aurora versus Mongols. Historically, Mongols always win this matchup. Okay, not always, but most of the time do it. Obviously, the advantage of Aurora had a good tournament, even if the two get 2 by Navi. I didn't feel like Aurora played terrible. It's more like Navi just played out of their minds. And also, Mongols don't know their coach. Mars is an important part of their team. Some important things to emphasize is one, 910's had a really off event, but have been made up for. In front of Blitz is still playing pretty bad as an individual, but that Techno has played a very good tournament. He played well against Vitality. He farmed Mouse. And then Xeno in the Team Conspiracy, especially at Spirit Series is probably the best I've ever seen Xeno play in his life. Xeno's in God mode this turn. I think he had 1.16 in groups. And they lost the series. It's not like they just like didn't have any competition. Even the Mao's the first map was close. Both maps against Spirit were competitive. They had two close maps against Team. It's not like Mongol, sorry, didn't drop maps. Xeno's playing out of his mind. The map bans be standard. Mongols will play Anubis, and it's the best Aurora map. Aurora ban Ancient, which okay, it's not the best map for Mongols right now. I think it's more on the lower end of the map pool, but in the past it used to be the best map. And Aurora have tried the old cores of these teams have tried to play Ancient against Mongols and have gotten smashed against them back at Sky Sports in the semifinals. So these should be standard bans. Mongols will get the first pick because they're the third seed, and Mongols last time they picked Mirage, they won 13-11 back at Pro League, but that was one with Mara, and two, that was a close game. And on top of that, I think that loss to Vitality might have, and that close win against Liquid might have broken them a bit much on that Mirage game. I think Moles will pick Nuke. It's the one map Aurora have shown clear issues on with Soulfly. Mirage, I think, sometimes will win occasionally, even despite it not being their best map. And I think Aurora, I saw the game against Navi, and even the game against Shoss back at Pro League, even the game against Navi back at Pro League, they don't have the best T side on this map. So I think Mongol showed the quality they did against Mao's, and Spirit where they won the T half even. I think they could win that. Then Aurora, I'm picking Inferno. It's been probably my best, like second to third best match, switch because you picked Dust last time and lost. I think you pick Inferno. It's been actually been underrated for you guys for a while now. You've beaten Falcons, beaten Mao's, you crushed Fury when we played them in the groups here. Handler beat FaZe, be Astralis. Like I think you won the last like 5 Inferno games, maybe even 6 Inferno games. They've been really good on Inferno the last couple months. Like since this Soulfly map in general, I think their only recent losses were Vitality Cluj. Vitality's the best team in the world on it, and an overtime loss to Navi back at Cluj. And these are like competitive games, so even when they lose on it, they always get rounds. They're on the board every time, so I think they should pick it. Decider, I think, goes to Mirage, doesn't it? So there should be Overpass. It should Overpass, Mirage, and Dust 2. It's actually really interesting because I think Aurora should ban Mirage, which makes it Overpass or Dust 2. Mongols almost always rotation ban Overpass, but that win against Spirit might make them think to try. If it goes Overpass, I favor Mongols fairly confidently. Mongols' record isn't good. I think they're 1-2 with this lineup. But to be fair, the loss against Vitality and Mao's in close fashion. One in overtime, 113-10 against two better Overpass teams than Aurora. And Aurora, I think, are 5-5 with this lineup on it. So it's in the middle of their map pool. It goes Dust 2. I think it's pretty much a coin flip. I'll give a slight edge to Mongols 2-1. Next on the list, we got Paravision versus Falcons. Run back from the Cluj quarterfinal, which is 3 maps, and Paravision managed to edge them out. Veto should be somewhat similar. I would say Falcons pick Mirage again. Paravision should pick Ancient, Dust Suicide. I think it should be just a slight swap of the order. Because Paravision looked pretty consistent. They handily beat Spirit in the groups here. They managed to outlast NIP. So at X-Persky Masterclass. They beat Falcons comfortably last time on this map as the decider. So they should pick it. Mirage, I think Falcons will win it. Even with a close call against Fury, they look good enough on it. It's probably probably Falcons' best map, considering some issues they've had in Dust 2 recently, some issues with Nuke, and the 4 this year, but they never pick it really, and they're not gonna be able to get in this video. Dust 2 decider, Falcons can play it, but I think Paravision are slightly better, so I actually think Paravision will win 2-1. Aurora or Mongols, Vitality, it doesn't really matter who they play. Vitality are just too good. This entire year they lost 5 maps, and since losing that Falcons semifinal across the last 2.5 turns, because they played the groups here, they've got 3 maps, and one was in, I think it was in, yeah, one was 13-11 to Fury in the final Krakow. One was a 13-8 on Inferno against G2, where G2 had an insanely good CT side, and one was a 13-11 against Mongols, where Mongols had an insanely good CT side and Xeno farmed them. So even the the matches they lost were 13-11s and one of the 13-8. So Vitality always get rounds. And yes, they've had some close maps, like Paravision's given them a couple close maps. Most Event had overtime on Overpass. Even the same how Cluj had overtime on Mirage. But Vitality are just too consistent. Rob's had a chill year. Mezzi hasn't even had to turn up this year. Like, Mezzi has not even been close to as good as he was last year. Rob's has been like the 10th best player, to be honest, this year. And they've been looked so confident. Look so comfortable. Flamesy is the third best player in the world right now. Zai was playing the best counter I've ever seen him play. Even if it's Mongols or Aurora, whoever wins that is basically fighting. They're basically best chance of trying to play for points. Like, they're not going to be like tie. Sounds like I'm hating, but like Zatars historically has issues in front of crowds. Even if because Aurora can in theory barely win it without Zatars, they're not being Vital without Zatars. I know in the Cluj quarterfinals Zatars played well, but otherwise Zatars always lets me down late in the tournaments. He let me down in that Pro League final, despite the fact they were actually competitive in that final. Zatars last two maps had 12 kills in two maps where they actually got rounds, and they got like 9 rounds on Dust 2, 8 on Nuke, and he just didn't show up at all. And Mongols, again, they're just so cornered in the veto. It's because the Mongols even got to this playoffs. Them getting playoffs showed me that like the team is more quality than even I expected, considering they lost their best player, Tenzu. But Vitality is too much faster, especially with no Mara, especially with no timeouts. Like, no, that's not happening. Navi versus either Paravision or Falcons. If it's Falcons, that's a coin flip. I think it's pretty hard to call. Navi have played better CS overall, but like Falcons can steal it. If it's Paravision, I feel more confident if I'm a Navi fan. Because Paravision are a bit more systematic. Navi are going to have the best player on the server in the Paravision game. Gazello's been pretty rough this year. Noto's match streaky. He's kind of good game here, bad game here. Zway's very good, but he's a supportive element. Belchak has like streaky games, but he's more supportive. Jamin's clutches, and he even kept up at times against Zywo in the op duel even. Like, it's not like he was getting wrecked there as well, but he's not a star. Even with one of having had a pretty average tournament, Emma's been very good. Makaze's been amazing since Pro League. He's a hot fire. Even Cluj, Makaze had a couple of good games. Makaze's had an overall good year. Makaze could easily be the best player, rightfully in the server in this game. Map pool should be interesting since they split map picks last time. Paravision probably. The problem here is this feels like a shake hands, like Mirage, Ancient, Dust 2 type veto. Maybe Paravision wants to go for the punish on this because they won last time in overtime, and they handily beat Spirit, tried to pick against them back in the group stage here. So maybe they try to go for like an Anubis punish. Navi Latin naturally goes for a Mirage because they tried to go for Anubis punish last time and lost. Decider probably shake hands Ancient again like last time in Krakow. Maybe Dust 2 because Navi's been confident on it recently. But no matter what, I think I favor Navi like 60-40. Paravision can make the final, but I slightly favor Navi in both. I think it's more 55-45 Navi if it's Falcons. More like 60-40 if it's Paravision. Then Navi versus Vitality. This matchup, even though Vitality's won every single time and they dropped one map, generally the maps in Navi Vitality are actually pretty competitive. Like, Navi don't get blown out the water usually. Even in the quarterfinal against God Vitality, they got a 13-9 out of 13-11. And that was with Mezzi on Nuke playing hero mode. Like God mode. I would farm that series and they'll still a competitive game. If Makaze plays up to the level we've seen recently, if we continue the good form we've seen from him overall, and get some important one, it's not impossible for Navi to win. The problem here is the map pick. Okay, Navi can steal Mirage. They can steal Mirage. That's actually doable. They can genuinely win that, right? The problem is Vitality, and even Inferno is like doable. Even Dust 2 is like not impossible. The problem is Vitality's favored on like every map in this pool. Navi aren't even good enough on Nubis to punish. And Navi's best map this year is Ancient, and Vitality get rid of that. Like, Navi have improved their map pool, but like there's nowhere they can go. There's actively there's nowhere they can go, to be honest. Like, there's no obvious map that's like a solid punish that they can clearly pick. Like, this should be like tied 3-0, but it should be a good 3-0 at least. Like, and Zywo is just too good right now. Zywo looks so, but he won a 1v5 against Paravision. He's not losing this tournament. If Vitality lose the tournament, it would be the most surprising result, even against a resurgent Navi. It would still be a surprise.